Nick Newell. I like you. I don't know what it is, but I like you.
Thank you. I like you too, Robin.
I was waiting
You're
for
a
your
good guy.
response.
Yeah. I was waiting for you to finish talking. I was
it.
gonna let you complete your sentence before I cut you off, but you're a good dude.
You're a great fighter, and so of course I appreciate that. But you got a weird sense of humor. Have you been told this before?
Yeah, I mean, definitely people like to follow my Instagram because of my story. I post funny stuff. You know, I'm always laughing, having a good time. Obviously, I work very hard when I'm training, but outside of training, I don't really take things too serious. So if you're in the gym with me, I'm gonna be busting your chops like the whole time, and if you bust my chops back, it doesn't bother me, you know.
It might elevate
like
things.
Yeah, with the, you know, when you're hanging out with the boys, you guys bust each other's chops. Some girls too.
Yeah.
You know.
You gotta be careful there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Are you able to be a little more detached emotionally? Like when you fight, are you able to be chill and kind of take it for what it is? Or are you kind of part of this game, just ways to deal with your own emotion?
I try not to mask anything. I try not to be anything other than myself. So everything you see, that's the real me, that's the real person. I'm not being fake. I like to tell jokes. I like to be relaxed, stuff like that. When I fight, there's nothing silly about it. When I go out there, I'm all business. I'm not talking to my opponent. I'm not doing theatrics. I'm out there to kick your ass, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like I have these two versions of myself, and I know when to cliche, but flip the switch and kind of change. I've been doing this a long time. I started training in 2000 with wrestling, and then 15 years ago I started doing mixed martial arts. So
that's wow.
I've been through it all. You know, I've won big fights, I've lost big fights, and I know all the emotions. You know, I'm the kid that started off wrestling because he was watching WWE and then just found out it was something completely different. After that, I fell in love with it, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I lost my first 17 matches. I lost my first 17 wrestling matches, but I loved it. I was hooked. And I decided at that time that I could either quit and just be bad for the rest of my life, or I can keep going with it and try to get better. And then the year after that, I had a winning record. I placed in my conference. I ended up being all-state wrestling in college. I set state records. I set school records, you know, and it kind of taught me the value of hard work, if anything. And I've been there before. I'm not like a lot of other people that never been there. I've been in the trenches. I've been the guy that people count out, never expect anything from, and I know what it feels like to win. I know what it feels like to lose, and I like winning a lot more. So when I'm in the gym training, that's the only thing I have in mind.
Yeah, it's wild, man. Like that, people, you've told me before that people will sometimes talk to you, you're an inspiration, and that's something you hear in your life. But that, to me, losing 17 times and not quitting, that's a lot more meaningful than almost, you can't think of many things more impressive than that. At the time, though, at 16 losses in a row, you're a failure, you know?
Yeah, I was a little kid, man. I was small. So like when I get students at my gym that are smaller, maybe doing martial arts to build confidence, you know, I tell them like I was right where you are. You know, I was that small kid. I weighed 97 pounds my freshman year in high school. You know, my senior year I wrestled at 130, and then I went to college and I ended up being a 157 pounder.
It's wild. They know you're telling the truth.
The only thing you can do is give it your all and do your best. And I feel like people don't realize how great their best actually can be if they really invest everything they have into it. And people look at me and they're like, oh, his arm and this and that. But like, I do think I'm different. I know I'm different. I know that I'm a different person, you know, and it's not because of my arm, it's because of what's in here. You know, here and maybe here a little bit with the personality and stuff like that. But
yeah, you're a weird cat.
But yeah, I wouldn't say weird. I mean, I guess like all the weird ones say they're not weird, right? But I march to the beat of my own drum, and I do things my way, and I've lived my whole life following my heart and following my passion, and it's led me here to Bellator.
When you were coming up, wrestling and then even more so in fighting, did you ever have guys disrespect you and say, no, I'm not going to fight that guy, he's got one hand? Did you have that experience?
Well, in wrestling, you don't have a choice because it's all tournament style. So you can drop out of the tournament, or your team can lose the points because you didn't want to wrestle, so you have to. In fighting, I mean, obviously, people said that early in my career, you could see there were some big gaps between my fights, and it wasn't because I wasn't training or trying to fight. I was actually more eager to stay active than I currently am, and I wanted to fight every month, but I just couldn't find anyone. Once they found out I was good, no one wanted to lose to me. But then when I started getting more opportunities and I started fighting on TV, then that kind of changed things, and every fighter wants to get an opportunity to fight on TV, so people were more willing to fight me. And now if someone doesn't want to fight me because I only have one hand, then just get lost, buddy. I don't care. I don't care about you. No one cares about you. So why don't you just go do whatever it is you're doing, and we'll find someone that does. It doesn't really bother me.
Big time. Any idea how this fight will go? Like, do you start to look at it and map out a plan A and a plan B and a plan C, or do you let it happen? What kind of fighter are you?
I think it depends on the opponent. And I know people that are just like, screw it, I'm just gonna go out there and fight. Who cares? And then I know people that are like, I have to do absolutely this, and this, and when he does this, I have to do that. We've studied a lot of things he does, and I have the muscle memory to stop them, but you never know. A completely different fighter could come out there, so you gotta worry about yourself. I focus a little bit on him, but mostly on myself and doing the things I do. Because if I'm able to be the fighter I know I am and do what I do best, then no one's going to beat me. I could be any given man on any day, and some people will say, oh, Nick, that's crazy, that's not true. But I don't really care. I don't really care if anyone says that, because I know it, and I feel it. And I have weapons that I haven't even shown yet, that I haven't gotten to show yet, that I'm still waiting to unleash, and things I can do that, I've submitted a lot of people. I've knocked people out. I've won decisions. I can do it all. So for me to go out there and be like, I have to do this or else, it depends. And Corey's more of a well-rounded guy, I'd say, than a specialist in any area. So if I go out there and do my thing and kind of be more on instincts for this fight, I think that I think that is what's going to guide me to victory.
With only one fight, this is a Bellator fight. It's a one-fight contract. Does that add more pressure because the outcome of the fight changes your path, or does it not?
No extra pressure. It actually is what I asked for and what I wanted, because I know that them stocks are going to go up after this fight. I'm very hopeful. I mean, I could have a 10-fight contract, and if I fight like a turd, they could cut you, Right. So it doesn't really make a difference. It's all in my advantage right here. It's the short-term deal. This is what I want, because after this, I want to negotiate a long-term deal and get a good one. Yeah. I wanna provide for my family, and this is a great avenue and a great show to do it. And things couldn't be more perfect, to be honest with you. No stress.
They call it proving your value. You can go out and in one fight, whatever somebody thinks you are, you can be so much more than that, and then that's your value. That's the point.
Yeah, exactly. It's a showcase, But I don't feel any pressure. I feel like I've already shown and I've already proven that I'm elite and what I'm capable of, and that I have many ways to win the fight and many tools. And in my community around here, I'm well respected. I've been getting a lot of love from the mixed martial arts community. So I don't really have anything to prove to anyone. It's just showing myself, hey, Nick, you worked your ass off to get here. Let's make this happen. Let's make these moves. Let's go get this win.